Please welcome to the stage right here, the comedy of Jimmy Dore. Yeah!
Yes, hey! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm originally from the Midwest. I love to come back just to get some of the good weather I miss so much. And you can never be depressed enough in the Midwest. I love the gray and the... You know what, though? I'll never bitch about the weather again because I was in Alaska last winter. It was 40 below, and 40 below... You know, when it has to warm up 70 degrees just to fucking freeze. I gotta start smoking again. Yeah, I quit smoking. Good to see the smokers up front. Thanks for coming out. And I miss the smoking. It's been 3 months, and I miss smoking every damn day of my life. I miss smoking so much that sometimes I smoke. Yeah, I find a couple of cigarettes really takes the edge off of that quitting. Friends are like, Jimmy, try the patch. Screw it, I've got cigarettes. Hello? I quit one time for 3 years. I gained a lot of weight. And you ever notice how your friends always have tips on how you should lose weight? My friends tell me, Jim, a good way to lose weight, have sex, you can lose weight. You ever hear that? So I tried it, and it worked. And I said, Jim, if you have a partner, you could lose even more. And I felt weird at first, asking my friends to jerk off with me, but... Man, the weight came off like that. That really works. You gotta have good friends for that. Take a few, don't you? Boy, it's tough to quit. People say the dumbest things about quitting, though. I always hear this one. It's like, well, I really like smoking, but if they ever go up to $5 or $6 a pack, I'm quitting then. What are you, smoking because it's so economical? You talk about somebody who can't pass up a bargain, huh? It's like, well, I don't smoke anymore, but at these prices? I'd be a fool not to. See this tumor? Half price. See, my point is smoking, like any other drug, it's an addiction. The price doesn't really enter into it. It's an addiction. You think there's a bunch of guys cutting up cocaine right now, sitting around going, razor blades go up one more quarter. I'll go to crack. I don't need this shit. Think I'm made of money? Bastards. I used to save my Marlboro Miles, too, when I said... Yeah, because I saved up. I got the jacket. It was very nice. It says Marlboro right here. Just for church, not every day. At least they don't have those commercials that are aimed at smokers anymore. Remember those? Hey, I'm going to my friend's house. They don't smoke, but that's okay because I've got Wrigley Spearmint. What world do you live in? That's gum. That's not going to work. They say nicotine is as addictive as heroin. Could you imagine a heroin addict sitting around? Oh, you got Hubba Bubba. Oh, thanks. Oh, I'm flying over here. Oh, it's got the little squirties. Oh, you guys party. Yeah, did you know that? They say nicotine, is as addictive as heroin, but heroin is illegal because if you do it long enough, it'll eventually kill you, whereas smoking... Isn't that a kick in the ass? They both kill you. One's illegal. I don't know. So let's talk about something else. I'm kind of getting scared for the country in a real way because I have a TV and I watch it. And I had a guy stay in my apartment for a week, and every day he would watch the Jerry Springer show, and I had never seen it before. And folks, what the hell is going on in this country? You know, the thought that went through my head the whole time I was watching that show was, their vote counts just as much as mine. I don't even know how you could watch that show. I could actually feel my IQ dropping as I watched that show. Jerry Springer, huh? I don't even know how he can look himself in the mirror anymore. You know, the country's biggest bag of shit, ladies and gentlemen. He's the only guy who can make Geraldo look like Walter Cronkite, am I right? But here's the thing I don't get the most about that show is the people who continue to go on that show. They always act shocked that it didn't turn out peachy. Let me give you a tip. If your fiance calls you up and says she has a secret she wants to tell you on the Jerry Springer show, don't go. Because the secret is not going to be that her dad's paying for the wedding, okay? The secret is she has a dick or something. Which I never understood that. How could you be engaged to someone and not know it's a guy? Well, we never had sex. You ever listen to her pee? Hey, that was a strong stream you had going in there. Were you standing up in there? Is that an Adam's apple? Get over here. Adam's apple, huh? That's good writing. Oh, but they say we use 10% of our brains, but I'm convinced that's a gross exaggeration for a lot of people. I don't know what most people are thinking most of the time. That's really how I feel. I'll give you a perfect example. I was in Las Vegas not too long ago. This goes under the heading of what are people thinking. I'm getting on an elevator in a casino. And this woman gets on and she's holding a little baby. And I said, wow, how old is your baby? She says, 8 months. I went, 8 months. Time to go to Vegas? What the hell are you thinking? What is she at home at 7 months? Just a few more days, sweetie. Get your free drink while I gamble. You know, if you're pushing a stroller through a casino, maybe it's time to reevaluate your vacation plans. I don't get it. I don't know if I go to Las Vegas all the time because I live close by now, and you can't turn a corner in that town anymore without bumping into someone's kids. What is the mentality of that, you think? Bringing children to Las Vegas? Like, come on, Timmy, I want you close by. Will I lose your college tuition? And the kids love Las Vegas, don't they? The whoring, the boozing, the gambling, the titty shows. I go to Las Vegas just for the kids, don't you? Daddy, I want to go to Disneyland. Don't you want to double down, honey? Come with me. I'm a bad parent. I'll bring you. It's really changed, too, Las Vegas, over the last few years. No one dresses up there anymore, really. You walk down the strip, it's like the land of the oddly shaped and poorly dressed. It really is. I walked into the Riviera Hotel one day. I was like, could it be laundry day for everybody in this hotel? You all go cash in your Marlboro Miles, you get something nice to wear, goddammit. You know what I mean? If you don't get dressed up at night in Las Vegas on your vacation, where do you get dressed up at? I mean, if it's a Friday night, you're standing in the middle of Caesar's Palace, you got your good shit happens tank top on. Your flip-flop and your fanny pack. Oh, I love the fanny packs, don't you? There isn't an outfit the fanny pack can't dork up, is there? What are you thinking when you're buying a fanny pack? Hey, do you have something that'll draw attention to my gut and make my shirt look ill-fitting? What's that? You got to fit. Oh, a fanny patch. Nice. Look at that. Yeah. I wear that in Vegas. Oh, yeah. Do you have it in neon so people can tell I'm a dork from a block away? Do you have that? And if you're a guy and you're wearing a fanny pack, why don't you just put a skirt on? Seriously, because you look like a big girl. There, I said it. Someone's got to tell the truth, folks. But I need to carry stuff. Look, there's my lip balm. And my pills. Look a little harder, you'll find your balls in there, you big sissy. Boy, I'm glad you guys are laughing. Because I just did a week in Reno, Nevada, which is another gambling town. I thought it would be just like Las Vegas, but smaller. It is the biggest little shithole in America, ladies and gentlemen. They should put a set of tires on that town and wheel it to the trailer park it's been longing to go to. Oh, nothing but blue hairs and rednecks and dumb fucks. Oh, I didn't get a laugh the whole time I was there for a week. I was there for a week. They were looking at me like I was a math problem. Do we have to show our work? It wasn't good. It wasn't good. They didn't like me, and I wasn't fond of them. And one guy actually got mad at me one night. He yelled at me out of the crowd. He goes, you know what? When we go see a comedian, we don't want to think. We just want to be entertained. Oh, I know, because you've been thinking all day, haven't you? You need a break from all that brain work back at the trailer, huh, genius? Should I fuck my sister or burn a cross again? What should I do? Thinking. Why don't you go see Carrot Top, you stupid son of a bitch? Carrot Top. The Carrot Top, huh? Have you seen him? God, he blows, huh? It is just, he makes me embarrassed to be a comedian. Really, it's the lowest common denominator stuff I've ever seen. It's like humor on a 6th grade level. If you haven't seen him, the way I describe it, it's like Gallagher for the retarded. It really is. It's so, and people say, yeah, Jim, but it's kind of funny. I don't know. It's kind of funny like shit you would do drunk at a party funny. You know what I mean? Hey, look at Bill. He's got the toilet seat on his head. He's shit-faced. Yeah, I guess it's kind of funny, but do you put it on the Tonight Show and give him the big room in Vegas? I don't think so. And it's just, you know what he did is he just decided to be as dumb as he possibly could to create a bigger crowd, an audience for himself, just like TV. And I'm thinking someday there's going to be a guy who's going to try and be dumber than Carrot Top. Really. And so I'm thinking one day you're going to go into a comedy club, pay your cover. They're going to have a guy come over and just start tickling you. Ooh, you're good. What's your name? Banana Ass? Fantastic. Woo, woo. When are you coming back to Reno? It's brought to you by Jay Leno, ladies and gentlemen. Who made him famous? Jay Leno. And just speaking of, I was watching The Tonight Show the other night, and Jay Leno comes out and he's doing his monologue, and I was laughing my ass off. And the thought that kept going through my head was, man, this is really good pot. Because if Jay Leno's making me laugh, that's killer weed, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a lame ass he turned out to be, didn't he? Holy shit. God, makes Richard Simmons seem edgy. I swear to God, that guy. Just thought of it.
It's great. Thanks for coming out. We got a great show for you tonight. Fabio's going to be on the show. Fabio, he's good. I don't know what he does, but he's fantastic. I used to make fun of him 5 years ago, but I got the show now. I think he's great. He's coming out, and Carrot Top's going to be on the show too. Isn't that fun?
But we are, you know what though? I've noticed we have turned into a country full of those kind of people. People who are proud not to think, rule followers, conformists, people who don't question authority, which is dangerous in any society. I'll give you the perfect example. The people who should think the most, I find, think the least. The people who have power over us, right? Here's a perfect example. I recently got a ticket in Los Angeles for not wearing a seatbelt from a motorcycle cop. Who failed to see the irony of that situation. And I thought that was hysterical, you know? So I figured I'd tell the cop, because you know how much cops like humor. I think they're afraid to laugh and jar that stick out of their ass, but I said, this is kind of funny, huh? He says, what do you mean? I said, well, look at me. I'm on 4 wheels. I have 2,000 pounds of Melarom. I have a windshield. You're on a motorcycle. Where's your seatbelt? I'm on a motorcycle. I don't need a seatbelt. Oh. So apparently if I'm sitting on top of my vehicle, then I'm Captain Safety, I guess, huh? Is that blindly following a rule or what? I mean, if you're a motorcycle cop writing people tickets for no seatbelt, it's time to sit down and think your life all the way through, because you skipped a step somewhere, okay? That stuff drives me crazy. You might as well smoke a joint and write people tickets for beers. You imagine getting pulled over like that? The cop walks up to your car. Is that open? You're going down. Yeah, but you're smoking a joint. Yeah, but I'm a cop, I don't think, remember? Oh, no seatbelt? Get on the back of my bike. You're going down. The irony never stops. I'll let you in on a little secret about that. I did that joke one night in a club, and there was some kind of a cop group at the show, and I didn't know it. Oh boy, that's when the fun started, huh, folks? Because cops are so well behaved when they're out together in public drinking, aren't they? It's like being around a bunch of asshole frat guys with guns, isn't it? I never was in a frat either in college. I could have been if I'd have just held that egg in my ass 8 seconds longer. It's my own fault I didn't practice enough. Here's a question I like to ask every crowd. Why is it that every person who smokes pot and doesn't like it goes into government? Did you ever notice that? None of them like it. Isn't that strange? Newt Gingrich smoked pot, didn't like it. Al Gore smoked pot, didn't like it. Where are you getting your shit from, Rush Limbaugh or something? Either they're lying or the fat man stepping on the weed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm convinced that only a politician could say that with a straight face, you know? Well, I smoked pot, but I didn't like it. So I should be in government. No, you should be in a hospital being studied, you freak. How do you not like giggling your ass off all night, then eating a week old tuna sandwich and having it taste like prime rib? How do you not like that? What is the downside to that? Oh, well, it's a big problem, I guess. I mean, the drug war. I mean, we're spending $40 billion a year to fight drugs. And the government, which I love the government, and by love I mean hate, they have these new TV commercials to get kids not to smoke pot. Have you seen these? My favorite one is there's the mom and the kid, and they're in the car, and they don't say anything to each other for the whole commercial. And at the end, the announcer comes on and says, another missed opportunity to talk to your kid about marijuana. It's so scary. Well, I don't have any kids, but I figured I'd talk to my nephew, and I said, Anthony, come here. It's time to have a brief and honest discussion about marijuana. I want you to stay the fuck out of my pot. Because if you smoke pot, you'll have a good time, laugh your ass off, everything will taste good, but when you wake up the next day, everything will be okay. But just don't do it, all right? Because the government said, the commercial right before the Budweiser ad. Because the drug war is a lie, and that's the truth. It's a big bunch of bullshit, and I can't believe how uptight we are about it in this country. And drugs aren't even a problem, not even a little bit. In fact, we all know that the worst drugs for us are the legal ones, right? I mean, cigarettes kill 500,000 people a year. Fine, fantastic, your choice, that's okay. 100,000 people are killed by alcohol every year. Good for you. You know how many people are killed by all the illegal drugs combined? 10,000. And I say, fuck them, they're weak. We can lose those 10,000 people. Oh, man. And everybody's drug tested now to get a job. How many people here by applause have to take a drug test for their jobs? Look at that. America, the land of the almost free, ladies and gentlemen. And people say, well, you know, an employer has a right to know if you're doing drugs or not. I don't know, but how invasive, which is more invasive to you? Would you let somebody come into your house and go through your drawers or your closets looking for drugs to give you a job? No, that's crazy. But you let them go into your penis and your vagina and take urine? That's disgusting. And at some point, we have to stop, because those are our civil rights, and people really died for them. So the next time they come at you with those cups, I say, piss all over their hands. That's what I say. What are you doing, buddy? Sorry, I'm all fucked up over here, I guess. You got me. Got you. It's such hypocrisy, and we're demonizing. It's a war on American citizens, nothing else. Okay, the drug war is the problem, and not drugs, and that's the truth. In fact, some drugs are good for you. You know what I mean? Alcohol lets you relax, enjoy the show a little bit more, and you know, if you've liked any of these jokes up to this point, Thank marijuana, because I get high and write these jokes, and then I get drunk and tell them. So I think no better situation really shows the hypocrisy of the whole thing is I was watching Cops, and the cops were in Las Vegas, and they pull this guy over, and they start going through his car looking for drugs, and they find like this much pot, real little amount, and the cop says to him, "That's a felony." The guy says, "What do you mean it's a felony?" He says, "We have zero tolerance here in Las Vegas." "Oh, really? Well, it's amazing the shit they will tolerate, isn't it?" Every other vice known to man. Gamble all night, lose your life savings, free booze while you do it. Hey, get a hooker, just don't smoke a joint, eat a Snickers, and go to bed. Then you're a criminal. Oh, okay. Yeah. And I was wondering, why would they do that? Because Las Vegas is kind of dedicated to every vice known to man. Why would they make something outlawed like that, zero tolerance, you know? So had they have something to do with money, you know? That's what I figured. And I figured it out. Most people, when they smoke pot, they get sleepy. And you can't lose any money if you're fucking sleeping, can you? Wake up, felon. Go downstairs and lose more money. And we have a drug czar in this country, too, which nobody seems to be scared about. But I am. And he's not even a doctor. He's a general. Why would you have a general in charge of a... Would you have a doctor in charge of the Gulf War? No. Then why would you... Anyway, so... He was on the radio the other day just showing how far up his ass his head really is. He actually said this. He said drug addiction is a cancer, which... no, it's not. Cancer is a cancer. There's another medical term for drug addiction. It's called fucking drug addiction. What a bad metaphor that is, you know? And let's say it was. What if it was a cancer? Why would you put somebody in jail who's sick with cancer? Does the cop pull you over and go, "What is that, a melanoma on your neck? You want to step away from the car? You've been out in the sun all day, haven't you? You son of a bitch." We don't tolerate that here in Vegas. Yeah, I don't know. We just need someone to tell the truth about it, you know, but we'll never have a politician tell the truth about it because they have to pander to people who go on Jerry Springer, so there's the rub. Bill Clinton had the courage to say he smoked pot, but then he wimped out and said he didn't inhale, which is great. He can't even work a bong. He's running the free world. I feel safe. Where does my finger go? I don't know, Bill. Stick it in an intern like you always do, you jackass. Poor Bill. He's so sorry. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. Because at first I was thinking about it. I was kind of for him. I was like, you know, because I know if I was president, I would have a titty bar in the basement of the White House by now, honest to God. Especially second term, fuck it. Hey, if this was my last show in comedy, I wouldn't even be wearing pants right now, ladies and gentlemen. And I would take them off if I was absolutely sure I didn't have a hole in my underwear, but... I don't know. I'd love to listen to those politicians go on the TV and talk about how Bill Clinton has sullied the office of the presidency. He had sex and he sullied the... Thomas Jefferson had 6 kids out of wedlock. I don't think it made him a bad president. FDR was in a wheelchair. He was out getting some. God bless America. No wonder that guy got us out of a depression. That's a can-do attitude. And if you're going to hate Bill Clinton, hate him for the right reasons. You know, don't hate him because he had sex and lied about it, because we know they all did, all right? FDR did it. Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon. Reagan did it. He just forgot. Yeah, fuck him too, huh? Cutting my student loans, giving money to Contras, you cocksucker. My dad was screwed everyone. He screwed everyone. Good for you, sir. Very politically aware. My dad was a Reagan Democrat growing up, which is very frustrating for me. Reagan Democrat. What? That's like Jews for Hitler. What the hell is that? Gay Mexicans for Buchanan. That's what that's like. And now there's people who want to put him on Mount Rushmore. Hey, you can't put Reagan on Mount Rushmore. People will blow it up. And by people, I mean me. So then I was watching Larry King last week, and he had Paula Jones on for the full hour. Thank God. and when I watched this, I started to get mad at Bill Clinton because here's a guy who used all his power and prestige and stature to have sex with these women. These are the women he's going after. Paula Jones. John F. Kennedy was with Marilyn Monroe. He's with Monica Lewinsky. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. That's a big drop-off, isn't it? And you know what, if he was like at a cocktail party trying to get Christy Turlington or Cindy Crawford, I think we'd all kind of be for him. You'd be like, yeah, that's cool. Good for you, Bill. Go get him. And if they turned him down, you'd be pissed off at them. Hey, he might not be the best, but he's all we fucking got right now. But get a load of that. Paula Jones turned him down. That's unbelievable to me. And you know, I know she would have never turned down John F. Kennedy. I know she would have thrown herself face down on a bundle of barbed wire and pooched her ass in the air on the hopes he would finger bang her on the way to the helicopter. Finger bang, huh? There's a word you don't hear every day. I used to say finger fuck when I was a kid. Now I updated it. And while we're talking about that, does anybody else think that Jerry Falwell has a little bit too much time on his hands? Oh my God. He thinks that one of the Teletubbies is gay. And how would he know that? I think he knows that because that's the one he jerks off to. And... oh, man. Anyway. Well, let's talk about this. I like to talk about this because it always amuses me the way people try to feel safe in an unsafe world, because it is an unsafe world, okay? We could all die right now, okay? Nothing you can do about it. And people do funny things. Like, I was in Boston not too long ago, and this is true. In Boston, to fight crime, they banned super soaker squirt guns. I'm not kidding. Those are big things. I love them. I guess what happened was these two kids were playing with the super soakers, and one kid got so pissed off, took out a real gun, and shot the other kid. Yeah, so then they banned the squirt guns. Could you imagine getting pulled over in Boston? Hey, is that a super soaker on your seat there? No, it's an AK-47. You're good. It's a good thing you're not packing water. What if you get caught with a hose? What is that, the death penalty or something?
Yeah, headquarters. I'm needed a SWAT team down here. I got some guy hooked up to a fire hydrant.
They didn't like that joke in Boston. One guy yelled at me. He says, "You're wrong about that, comedian, because sometimes kids put bleach in those guns, and they can squirt you with the bleach, and the bleach gets in your eye, and that'll burn. You can go blind from the bleach." And they'll, shut up. Oh, yeah, nothing will ruin a drive-by shooting worse, huh? You're up there mowing them down. Brr, brr, squirt. Damn. Hey, that's illegal. Bastard, I'm telling. Hey, the Crips have super soakers. My shirt's ruined. And then there's always people who want to feel safer. They want to take violence out of the movies, which whenever I hear someone say they want to take violence out of the movies, I always want to say, hey, why don't you shut your stupid fucking mouth? But I don't, because I'm a gentleman. People say, yeah, but he went and saw that movie. They blew something up in the movie. Then he went and blew something up over there. Yeah, he's crazy. You know what? Do you ever go out and see a violent movie? We all have. You ever go kill someone? No. You know why? Because we're normal. And people who do that stuff are crazy. You can't legislate against crazy people. They can watch anything. What are you going to do when they watch the Roadrunner cartoon and jump off a cliff with an anvil on their head? What are you going to do then? You know, if that worked, they say we put a suicide scene in every movie, get rid of these assholes in one fell swoop, huh? But it doesn't work that way. And now there's a human rights... I love this too. There's a human rights organization protesting the use of these certain bombs they used in the Gulf War because they're too dangerous. I swear to God, there's the depleted uranium-tipped bombs. I guess what happened was they would blow up, and then the uranium goes into the ground, and then it goes into the water, and people drink the water, and then they die. So it turns out those bombs are bad for you. And now they don't want them to use them because too many people are dying from the bomb. It's a bomb. What do you want to do? Put a warning sticker on the bomb? Caution. After these bombs blow up and kill you, they can fucking kill you. Should not be touched by pregnant women. But let's talk about this. I come from a big family too. 12 kids in my family. And I think you learn a lot about life growing up in a big family, like basically that you're replaceable. I never felt special, one of 12. How could you? I always thought to myself, what if I die? Would my mom even care? I could just see her sitting around all my brothers and sisters. Oh no, he's dead, huh? What am I gonna do now with just a fucking 11 of you? You empty 1/12 of my heart over here. Oh. What am I gonna do? I'll take a nap. I'll get back to you. Oh, my mom. And we were poor. I was trying to save money. My mom actually sent me my birthday gift recently. I got it a month and a half late because she sent it to me, no kidding, 4th class mail. Oh, that's my mom. Nothing too good for her little boy, huh? Nothing says you're special quite like bulk rate. Am I right? Happy birthday, occupant. Oh, thanks, Mom. And I started thinking about that. How does that work? I mean, if you want to mail something, you take it to the post office, they put it in a bag, they put it on a truck, they deliver it. What if you want to send something like 3rd class? What do? Put it on the shelf for a couple of days. And they put it on a truck that doesn't start all the time. Give it to the mailman with the limp. There you go. Happy birthday, occupant. And what the hell is 4th class? What do they do, wait for somebody who's going that way? Or they give it to a smoker and have him run it over. And my parents used to hit us as a form of discipline, which I never had to go to a hospital, but it still sucked, Imagine if you screwed up at work and they got to hit you. That's the kind of pressure kids live under 24 hours a day. My dad used to try to get us to go to sleep like that. He'd go, hey, quit horsing around and go to sleep up there. I'm going to come up there and kick your ass. Which is brilliant, because nothing makes you sleepier than the threat of physical violence. Am I right? Oh, yeah, I got mugged last year in New York. I took a power nap right afterwards. Ooh, some of the best sleep. I don't know. I think it's weird that we're allowed and almost encouraged to hit the smallest, most defenseless people in our culture. Isn't that weird? If someone cuts you off in traffic, you can't hit them. You go to jail. Why do we hit? And it's real. And it always creeps me out. I saw this lady hitting her kid in the mall the other day, and I went over. I go, hey, would you cut it out? It's a little kid. Why are you hitting? No, you got to hit him. Make some good people. How many punches would it take to make you a decent fucking human being? I got her in a full Nelson, kicked her in the ass. She's a saint now, ladies and gentlemen. It's weird, too. People always lie to themselves, too, about why they hit their kids. If you're going to hit your kid, be honest. You're angry. That's why. Oh, no, I would never hit my kid in anger. Oh, no, you can't hit him in anger, right? That's what they say. You can't. How could you hit your kid and not be angry? Who is sitting around laughing their ass off decided to start beating the shit out of their kids? You want to screw a kid up? Giggle while you're hitting them. It's weird. What does that teach a kid, I used to get hit for hitting my brother. My mom would come home and go, don't hit your brother. Hitting's bad. Where did you learn that? Works pretty good for you, genius. All you're doing is teaching a kid to solve his problems with violence, which is the same thing that the death penalty teaches us, Which I'm against the death penalty for a lot of reasons. And if you're for it, that's fine. You're wrong and you've been manipulated. But, because I'm not against it because, innocent people die, which they do. I'm not against it because it's, bad for poor people who can't defend themselves, which it is. People say, I'm against it because it perpetuates violence. And people say, well, if you kill someone, you should die. Which I agree with that. How could you argue against that? If you kill someone, you deserve to die. But then why do we go down on their level? Doesn't it degrade us all? We all become murderers. We don't do that with any other crime. Why don't we rape rapists? The judge doesn't go guilty, pick up his skirt, and butt-fuck the guy, does he? You did it this time, buddy. Here's 8 inches of American justice coming right your way. Yeah. Yeah, I bet you think twice before you do that again. Bailiff, tickle my balls, I can't come. That's gross, huh? It is, but I think murder's grosser. That's my point. Anyway, let's move on. Boy, I wish I had a couple more buttfuck jokes. That'd be sweet. I always, people's beliefs always intrigue me too. You know, people what they believe. I was doing a show recently in Irvine, California, and after the show, this woman came up to me, and she was real nice, and we were talking, and I asked her what she did for a living, and she said she was a Christian Scientist nurse, which I didn't know what that was. And I said, well, what hospital do you work at? She goes, oh, no, we don't have hospitals. What we do is we pray, and then we create an environment for prayer, and then we let God do the work. So it turns out there's not a whole hell of a lot of science in that Christian Scientist. That's kind of a misnomer. So I noticed she had perfect teeth. And I said, why do you have great teeth? She says, thanks, I use a whitening toothpaste. Why don't you just pray that the plaque goes away? Put this theory to the test, shall we? And when I said that, she laughed, because she had a good sense of humor, and I noticed she had filling. I said, hey, you have a filling. She says, well, I go to a dentist. What exactly does God handle in your medical world? He can handle bronchitis and leukemia. He just doesn't have a good fucking dental plan? Is that what you're telling me? Is God caught in some shitty HMO he can't get out of? You think he could cut through the red tape, being the almighty, invisible, make-believe man. See, I grew up Catholic, you know, so I have a lot of hate. I was taught by the nuns. Boy, they're a happy-go-lucky bunch, aren't they? Is there a worse advertisement for Catholicism than the nuns? They are the most warped, frustrated, pissed-off, self-loathing people I've ever met in my life. But they have the joy of the Lord inside of them. If that's what the joy of the Lord does for you, I'm going hookers and booze from here on out. People always say to me, you know, Jim, you went to Catholic school for 12 years. How come you're not a Catholic anymore? I said, because I went to Catholic school for 12 fucking years. And I used to think a lot in Catholic school, which they frown on. One time I actually asked a nun, I had the courage, said, hey, why do we go to church? Because I think it's boring. And she looked at me with those loving nun eyes and said, you little demon! The Mass is a celebration! What does that tell you? It tells me the Catholics don't know how to throw a fucking party. Oh, what a party that was every week, huh? You show up, only one guy's drinking. Got to wait in line for a half hour just to get a sip. Here, you want some? That's enough. Go back to the party. See, I don't know, religion, it never worked for me because all it was someone else's thoughts, you know, telling me how to think. And I have my own thoughts and I have my own brain, you know, so I can figure stuff out. And that's not funny. I always wondered why every religion I've ever been around, they always get uptight about sex. Why that? Why did they pick sex? You know, they just made it up anyway. Why not pick something else? Why not pick work? Wouldn't that be nice? You come home, you've been working again, haven't you? Sinner. Now go lay down and get a blowjob like you're supposed to. Maybe you'll be president someday. I don't know, the religious people I've always been around, they get too caught up in the rules and stuff, and they really lose sight of the whole point, you know? And sometimes it really makes you forget what's right and wrong. I'll give you a perfect example. I used to date this girl who was really religious, and she used to own a convenience store, and she wouldn't sell Playboy magazines, which is fine, whatever you want to do, but then she did sell liquor and cigarettes. What kind of a contradiction is that? What does that say? Cirrhosis of the liver, that's okay, and, you know, cancer, thumbs up, but no boners, oh no. What kind of a squiggly morality line is that, you know? You know what she said to me one time? She justified it. She said, Jimmy, I get an anonymous letter once a week from someone thanking me for not selling the Playboy magazine in my store. I said, yeah, you know who's sending you that letter? The guy across the street who's fucking selling those magazines, you idiot. Thank you very much for not selling the Playboy magazines in your store. I'm writing this letter from my yacht. Playboy's bad. Go Christians. I don't know. Just think for yourself. I don't know. It's weird. It's good to be. I stopped doing colleges because if I meet one more college kid who's bragging about getting out of school in 3 years, I'm going to snap and shoot him. I swear to God. Why would you want to hurry that process up? You know, they go, well, I'm taking 20 hours this semester, and then I'm going to take 18 more next semester. Then I take a 6-month course, but it's only 4 weeks. I go from 8 to 5 all summer. I have no summer. I just go to school, and then I'm going to get out in 3 years. You know what? It's not a contest, okay? He who finishes college first loses. Because you know what you get when you get out of college? You get a job and a boss. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, the joy of getting up and putting on a constrictive collar with a tie and getting stuck in rush hour and going to a steel box and sit at a cubicle and have a boss bitch at you all day. Oh, get me up early for that. Oh, pity your friends in college waking up at the crack of noon, blowing bongs and seeing if they could use that condom one more time. Work is highly overrated, ladies and gentlemen. So we come to the point where I start to talk about the sad state of affairs in my personal life. I'm trying to date again. I just broke up with my girlfriend. Well, we broke up a year and a half ago, and I just took her picture out on my wall last week because I am moving on. Oh, that sucks. And anyway, I don't want to date anymore. I really don't have the will to date, really. It's just, I don't know, I can't fall in love anymore. And especially, I don't want to wear a condom, okay? Condoms suck. Condoms suck. I'd rather stay home and jerk off. I'm not kidding. I really would. And I think people are a little too afraid of catching AIDS. They really are, because it's a lot harder to catch than people think, especially heterosexually. It really is. So many things have to be in place for you to catch it heterosexually. Like, for instance, I would have to have a cut on my penis, right? And then the woman I'm with would have to be a guy. That's how hard it is. And I just don't drink that much anymore, I'm going to be honest. I actually did meet a girl recently who loved me and liked me, and I liked her, and she agreed to have sex with me without a condom. Yay! But it was kind of tough because we're getting ready to go have sex, and she looks at me, she goes, wow, you look different without your clothes on. You look a lot older. Oh, I'm hard now, honey. You know how to sweet talk the fellas, don't you? Oh, what is that, a cesarean scar? Fantastic, let's go, yeah. Dating's so weird. I don't know, I'm a different guy now than I was when I was in my 20s. When I was in my 20s, I was just like every other guy, selfish and self-centered and only wanted to use people for sex. I don't know, maybe every guy's not like that, but... I remember I was with this girl one time, and she said, hey, Jim, let's do something kinky. What turns you on? And I was like, you know what? You really don't want to know what turns me on. She says, no, really, I'll do anything. I'm like, okay, from here on out, you shut up until I come. Then as soon as I come, you leave. And then when you get home, call me, let me know you're okay. Just ring once, I'm not going to pick up. And then if you see me again in public, pretend like you don't know me. Man, does that turn me on. I'm very easy to please. The new me's a little different. I don't know. I'm a little more, I don't know. I just don't have sex anymore with people. I have to actually like them, and which is a big twist. Really, I don't know where it happened, but somewhere in my life, conversation got sexier than cleavage, you know what I mean? And especially now living in Los Angeles, it's unbelievable, because all the women, they look the same, you know, really a lot. They all dress the same, and they have this fake boobs and a push-up bra, which is like tits squared, isn't it? And they have those stretch pants on so tight, their crotch looks like a Big Mac standing on its end. And without getting off color, they always say the same thing. Why is it every guy who talks to me just wants to sleep with me? I don't know, maybe because you dress like a whore. How much to supersize? I mean, I love women. I love women. I love talking to them. I mean, that's my second favorite thing to do. And I really do. I like to have a spiritual connection with women, but I just can't find it in Los Angeles. I really can't. Because everyone's so into themselves, everyone wants to be, all the girls want to be an actress or a model, and all I can do is think about themselves. Which brings me to Hugh Grant, right? When Hugh Grant was with that hooker, all my sisters called me up and go, why would he go? He can have any woman he wants, and why would he go with that hooker? I don't know, because I know the women in Hollywood, and sometimes you just don't want to hear the chatter.
Well, it's great. My agent called me today, and then we were going to have this audition, but I went to this, and this guy told me, and my hair is so messed up, I got to get a damage control. And you're not paying for the blowjob, you're paying for him to shut the fuck up. That's what you're paying for.
I don't know, but it's all part of getting older, I'd love to fall in love again, but it's all part of it. And it's lonely, too, being a comedian, it really is. You travel. In fact, last time I was in Las Vegas, I was looking through the paper trying to find a hooker, and... Hey, how many guys here have been to a hooker? That's amazing. 2,000 shows in a row, not one guy ever. How do they stay in business? Location, location, location. That means they're lying. I actually saw this. This kills me. I saw an ad for male prostitutes. Which women, would you ever pay a guy to have sex with you? No, you don't have to. You go out to a bar, oh, look at him. What would it take to get in his pants tonight? Duh, ask him? Oh, we're a real tough nut to crack, aren't we, fellas? You don't have to buy me a drink. Throw a drink in my face. I don't give a shit. You'll sleep with me? We can clean this up. Don't worry. Male prostitute. I would screw it up every time as a male prostitute. I would. I'd be like, hello, ma'am. It'll be $50 to have sex with me. All right, 25. All right, screw it. It's Freebie Friday. I'm horny. Let's go. Here's $20. Let me touch a tit or something. You just turn around, you got to get a day job to support your hooking habit. You turn 3 tricks, you're down $100, huh? Oh, man, but... so I jerk off a lot more now, and that's just the way I am, and I love it. I love it. Oh, I love jerking. I'm getting good at it, too, I'll tell you what. That's all. I tell you what, sex, it's unbelievable. It exposes so much about ourselves, what we're uptight about, what we think about. Like, I was just back in Chicago. I grew up from a really blue-collar neighborhood, and I was just back there. And all those guys think about is money and sex. And this really happened to me. My buddy Pete comes up to me. He says, hey, Jim, let me ask you a question. Would you do your mom for $10 million? What kind of a question is that? I said, no, I do her out of love like you're supposed to. Some people, huh? Can't put a price on that. That's special. Am I wrong?
How special is it?
I don't know. I asked that same question to my buddy Vito. I said, hey, Vito, would you do your mom for $10 million? He goes, oh, yeah. I said, you would sleep with your mom for $10 million? He goes, oh, no, I thought you meant kill her. I wouldn't fuck her. That's sick, Jimmy. So it's all semantics, isn't it? Yeah, so I've been jerking off a lot more, and I'm really getting good at it. I was doing a show at a college recently, and I asked this kid, I said, hey, you ever masturbate? He goes, no, I don't have to. I said, neither do I. I just do it for the love of the game. Love it, love it, love it. I love jerking off so much that even sometimes when I'm having sex, I wish I had an extra dick so I could jerk off to it at the same time. Is that wrong? I'm like, oh, you are fantastic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, listen, ha, ha, ha. That'd be embarrassing, coming with the wrong dick, wouldn't that be? You don't like me? I know, it's just I do. I love it. Love masturbating. I'll tell you what. You know when I masturbate the most is when I'm sick or something. Isn't that weird? Like if I have a bad cold or a flu, because I'm just laying around all day. It's right there. One time I had pneumonia. By the time I got better, my dick was nothing more than a bloody stump, honest to God. These aren't even jokes. I'm just sharing now. But how many women here masturbate? Good, my little chat. Good for you. Good for you. I'd like to shake your hand and smell it. Really? I tell you, good for you, because if I looked like you, I'd go home and treat myself like the whore I've always wanted to be. Oh, and speaking of that, I want to speak. I heard the creepiest radio commercial I've ever heard in my life the other day, and it's for this product called Ensure, which is that protein drink for senior citizens. Have you heard this commercial? Starts out, this little girl comes on, and she says, "Grandpa, will you marry me?" That's not even the creepy part. Then the grandfather comes on, and he says, "Oh no, honey, I could never keep up with you." That's the reason? How about, no, you're in my immediate family. I'm 90 and you're 6. Oh no, honey, I could never keep up with you. Like, we just got that hip replacement. I'd be banging you every day, sweetheart. Oh, man. I've been trying to save money. I can't save money. The comedy has not been that lucrative for me. Not a lot of people like to hear my bullshit. But thank you for listening. So I actually did this to save money. I moved to a shittier apartment, and I had to get new long-distance service for my new apartment. And I called up AT&T, right, because I go top shelf. And now, folks, listen, this is the exact conversation I had with the AT&T guy. Verbatim, I'm not making up any of this, and there's a joke in there, so look for it. Ready? Hi, I'd like to get some long-distance service on my home phone. All right, Mr. Dore, would you like the 15 cent a minute rate or the 10 cent a minute rate? I'll go 10 cent. Very good choice. You just saved yourself 5 cents a minute. Damn right I did. Who did they slip that by on? I had to buy a dresser for the new place, right? So I went to IKEA. You know what that is? It's where you put the stuff together yourself because you save like a quarter. And I get the dresser home and I can't get it together. And my buddy sees this. He says, "What's the matter, Jim? You can't get the dresser together? You know, it's not brain surgery."
That's that brain thing.
I hate that saying, you know, because that means it's so simple you should be able to do it. But when you think about it, that also implies that if something is really hard, like brain surgery, it'd be okay to screw that up, I guess, huh? It's like, "Hey, doctor, your scalpel slipped, the patient's gonna die." Yeah, I know, it's brain surgery. It's hard. I'm not putting together a friggin' dresser over here. So in this new apartment, it's such a crap hole. It echoes. Everything echoes because it's a courtyard apartment. And so the first night I move in, this is the sound I hear the whole night I'm in. So after 3 hours, I figured I could still see where that's coming from. And I go out there, it was a cat. Did you ever hear a cat make that noise? Weird part was there was a guy fucking it. It was just his finger, but that's still wrong. Hey, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Jimmy Dore!